Massively multiplayer online RPGs have become prominent with the global expansion of consumer online networks since the early 2000s. Games like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, and Phantasy Star have all become examples of large communities where players from around the world gather in-game to role-play in stories and quests together. Concurrently, there has also been the creation of fictional stories featuring an MMORPG setting in which various characters, trapped or free, venture into a high-stakes mission or journey of self-discovery within a digital realm. However, back at the beginning of the 20th century, a visionary team of creators from several mediums in Japan came together to create an incredible series of games, novels, anime, and manga set within an MMORPG world before such stories and online games in general were common or globally accessible. Known as .hack, is an incredible series that is often considered a source of origin and inspiration for modern Isekai. How's it going, everyone? I'm Teysind and welcome to my must-try recommendation for the .hack Quadrilogy on the PlayStation 2. Developed by CyberConnect 2, formerly known as CyberConnect at the time, and published by Bandai, .hack Part 1 Infection, Part 2 Mutation, Part 3 Outbreak, and Part 4 Quarantine were released from June 2002 to April 2003 in Japan, from February 2003 to January 2004 in North America, and from March to December 2004 in PAL territories, with each game releasing between 2.5 to 4 months apart. The first games in the .hack franchise, dubbed the .hack IMOQ Quadrilogy as an acronym for the initials of the 4 games, this 4-part Japanese RPG series was also among the first games to be developed by CyberConnect 2, following the release of Tale Concerto and Silent Bomber on the PlayStation 1 in 1998 and 1999 respectively. President and CEO of CyberConnect 2, Hiroshi Matsuyama, was the lead designer for the Quadrilogy and is a key member for the development of the .hack series. Scenario writer for the screenplay of the Ghost in the Shell film, Kazunori Ito, was the lead writer for the games, and the character designer for the Neon Genesis Evangelion series, Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, was the lead artist. The games were also composed by Chikayo Fukuda, who is known for working on the CyberConnect 2 Naruto games and the later .hack GU trilogy. Beginning with .hack Infection, the story of this 4-part series takes place during 2010 in a popular MMORPG referred to as The World. Rich in unique and expansive environments that can be accessed from a unique root town in every server, players begin their journey in the world by creating a player character from one of 6 classes. The story itself revolves around the main protagonist Kite, who begins his adventure in the world as a Twin Blade class after being invited to play the game by his real-world friend Yasuhiko, who is famously known within the game as Orca of the Azure Sea. On Kite's first day of playing the MMO, Orca takes him to a low-level field to teach him the basics of the game. However, within the field's dungeon, they witness a mysterious angelic-like girl running from an unknown large monster whose appearances and actions don't match anything that's meant to exist within the dungeon or the game itself. When the humanoid monster catches up to the girl, named Aura, with Orca and Kite bearing witness, she tries to entrust an unknown item and power to Orca. However, in the process of trying to protect her, his player character is killed by the monster using an unknown power on him, after which Aura chooses to pass this unique item onto the new player Kite, unbeknownst to him, right before the server crashes. It is after this fateful encounter that Kite discovers his friend Orca has tragically been placed into a coma in real world. Setting foot back into the game to uncover the truth behind this encounter, Kite soon discovers he now possesses a unique in-game power that appears similar to the one that put his friend into the coma. On a quest to find the monster and the mysterious girl Aura, so he can discover what this power is, why his friend is in a coma, and how to wake him up, Kite teams up with various players in order to solve the mysteries behind the world and its enigmatic creator. Together, they discover the origin behind the game, its life-threatening effects on both people and places in the real world, as well as the purpose of Aura, ultimately creating the fabled tale of the legendary .hackers. During their dangerous journey, the story explores the lengths to which they all go to in order to try to save the comatose victims they care about, all while morally questioning whether they might be instead causing more harm to everyone around them, especially when Kite's power can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user. With a level up system and environment based enemy encounters, the gameplay is action based with primary control of Kite, but also with a pause and select system to use abilities and items for both him and your two party members in battle. Furthermore, you can also give your party members quick commands so that they do certain types of attacks or abilities while you control Kite to cater to different types of enemies, their resistances, and the health of your party members. Character abilities and stats also vary depending on whether they are a Twin Blade, Blade Master, Heavy Axeman, Heavy Blade, Long Arm, or Wave Master. There are 5 servers and root towns, each of which you slowly gain access to across the games in order to investigate the mysteries within them. Enemy stats and environment types depend on the server, and 3 keywords you select from an extensive list to highlight a field to warp to. Each field can have several to over a dozen magic portals, which release enemies upon close proximity, and each field has a single dungeon, some of which lead to a unique boss and area when following the story. However, some story dungeons and all other dungeons also lead to a potentially powerful, rare, or unique item from a GOT statue found at their lowest level. Furthermore, there is also an OS desktop experience where you can check your emails from party members and read a forum board to find more information to help further the story. Overall, each game is about 12 to 15 hours in play length for the story, and about 20 to 25 hours total when also including optional content. This caps the 4 games at between 50 to 100 hours from story to completionism. Upon beating each game, you receive a master save file, allowing you to transfer over your entire progression to the next game, including your player levels and stats, items, emails, desktop unlockables, and option characters you've collected as examples. If you start each consecutive game without an existing save file though, you will begin at the minimum level for that specific game and not carry over your previous progression. By the time the first game was released in PAL territories, the series had already sold more than 1.73 million copies in Japan and North America, with almost 800,000 copies being sold in Japan alone. Given it was a unique and original exploration of living people and intelligent AI within an MMORPG at the time, the series is often praised for its creativity and deeper narrative within a fantastical digital world, despite still being much less well known than more recent series that take place within an MMO. The games also received some mixed reception, including some attribution to the full game cost of each volume, when people felt like they should have instead been priced cheaper to match 4 parts of what felt like a single larger game. Additionally, there were little to no improvements in the visuals and gameplay across each successive part, further adding to the sense that it felt like one large game sold as 4 parts. This didn't help the games either, when the action combat was being surpassed by other titles on the PS2 at the time, like Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry. The games went on to each receive Brady Games strategy guides in the West, and various strategy guides, art guides, and setting books in Japan, in addition to several soundtracks and gachapon figures. Furthermore, a 4-part novel series known as .hack Another Birth was written by Miyu Kawasaki and translated by Dwayne Johnson, which tells the story of each game from the perspective of the main supporting character Black Rose. The game was also preceded by a direct prequel anime known as .hack Sign, which explores the origins of Aura through one of the world's first comatose victims and sets up the events in which Orca and Kite discover Aura and the mysterious monster chasing her. Furthermore, a 4-episode manga called .hack Liminality was released separately in Japan but bundled with the games in the West to tell the story of several real-world characters that helped the hackers out during the games. The game also went on to receive a Japanese exclusive version called .hack Fragment, which was an adaptation that incorporated real online MMORPG elements using the PlayStation 2's network capabilities. However, the series then later went on to receive an entire sequel arc set over 7 years later in 2017, known as .hack GU. This trilogy revolves around one of the main supporting characters from the original Dot Hack Sign prequel, alongside some of the main supporting characters from the first 4 Dot Hack games, and even one character from the Dot Hack Liminality anime. Although the sequel trilogy received an incredible PS4 remaster with a brand new Part 4 in November 2017, known as Dot Hack GU Last Recode, the original Dot Hack Quadrilogy is yet to receive any re-release, either as ports, remasters, or remakes, despite a large support from both fans and developers at CyberConnect 2. As a result, this still gives hope to the possibility that the publisher Bandai Namco might one day greenlight the revival of the Dot Hack Quadrilogy in some form, especially if the public and financial interest is large enough. Regardless of its aged graphics, gameplay, and often rare and expensive used prices, the original 4 Dot Hack games that belong to the Project Dot Hack saga still leave a lasting impression on creative artists and storytellers who've gone on to also create incredible series enriched by the influence of Dot Hack's story. Thank you very much for watching my introduction to and recommendation for why you should play the Dot Hack Quadrilogy. If you get the chance to play them, I really hope you enjoy them. Regardless, happy Dot Hack Day everyone, and until next video, stay spot on.